Hey everybody, happy Friday. I thought I'd make a video about faith and how we move and walk and talk in our faith and not in our fears. And one thing I've realized is it takes maturity, it takes growth. A lot of times we want to be at the destination, or we want to just have great faith without taking the time to actually cultivate that faith. So it does take reading the Bible. It does take going to church and getting a better understanding of who God is. It does take us even looking back and realizing what God has done for us so far, and what He will do in the future. So when we think about our maturity and our growth, who we are today is not the same as who we were a few years back. We would love to say that we have grown in some type of ways, which means it takes days, months, years to cultivate a faith that can actually move mountains. Now, it makes me think of a time when I had food poisoning, and that was a few years back. And the first time I had it, my body just shook a ridiculous amount for the whole night. And for about 5-6 days, I was just so tired. Like, once the food went through me, it was like my body needed to recover. Now, the second time this occurred, the day that I consumed whatever food it was that was improper for my body, I started to shake that night the same way I did a couple of years prior. And once I realized what was about to happen, I just started to pray. And I started, asking God for endurance, for perseverance, to just get me through the night. All of my body is shaking. It helped me to have some type of a calm and a peace about myself, knowing that, you'll get me through it. And then I realized, I'm thinking, girl, why are you asking for perseverance and endurance when you could ask God for healing? And so that's what I did. I said, God, I don't know why I'm asking for endurance. I know I have the faith of a mustard seed, at least. I know I have that based off of everything that I've gone through. So I asked God for healing. And then less than a minute later, as I'm walking up to my room, the shaking stops. I had already been shaking for about 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden, the second I prayed and asked for healing, not for endurance, but for healing, God says, because you have faith, I'm going to heal you. And I just cried and thanked God. And, the next day I felt a little tired, but it was like within a few hours, He healed my body in an instant. From being sick and feeling bad for 6 days to, just a few hours. It's just amazing. And I didn't pray the same prayer the first time I had food poisoning. My faith wasn't the same, but if we, continue with God and want to grow with God and not think, well, I'm not where I want to be, so I'm not going to continue, then you will never actually get to where you're trying to go. And, it's not really about the destination, it's about the journey, because if the journey is right, the destination is already sealed. So we really have to, be in our word, have that relationship with Christ. If we met somebody new and they wanted to hang out, and all of a sudden they would call you once a week or once every couple of weeks, you wouldn't even think they were serious about a friendship or about dating. And that's kind of how we treat God. We have to be more serious and more intentional about, where we want to be in our futures, and, what the relationship with Him can look like if we talk with Him every single day. If we do that, our faith will grow. When we need a healing, God will heal us. And it doesn't matter with whatever it is, whether it's in sickness, whether it's in success in a business that, God has given you, whether it's in your talents and abilities, God will make it happen. He will bless you. He always keeps His promise to you. So just make sure you stick with God. You stick with the growth process, because years from now you'll see a difference, and years from now you'll see even more of a difference, and years from that you'll see a difference. So just stay blessed, stay faithful to Christ. Always look back to see what He's done, to know what He's going to do in the future, and just keep your mind stayed on Him. Don't allow different things in this life to take you off His course, take you off His plan, because with faith you can move mountains. With faith you can bend this earth. You can shift this earth. You can shift people's mindsets because they see something different in you. So again, happy Friday. Be blessed. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to continue to chill at the lake, do some more reading and writing. Be blessed.